Thank God for the opportunity to be here. My name is J.C. Cox. I preach down here at this little mission, Missionary Baby Mission. And you may say, who are you? I'm nobody. Nobody. But I belong to God. You may be there today, and I don't know your heart, don't know nothing about you. But if you listen to me, and you watching this, and we come down here and make the tape, the video to go on YouTube and Facebook, and you may not never heard of me before, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. Hey, I grew up so old country boy. Had a good mom and dad. Heard the gospel preached. And you got to hear the gospel preached. I believe that you got to hear the gospel before you get saved, because then you won't know to call up on God for salvation. And I heard the gospel preached, but there wasn't nothing good about me. And there ain't nothing good about me except the part that God cleaned up. And I'm going to ask you a question tonight. Do you know God? And do God know you? Now, I know God knows all about you. But the part is, have you ever met God? And have God ever met you? Do you know? You may be a good person. You may have done some good things. You may get up every Sunday morning and go to what you call the house of God. But it is the house of God. Have you been saved by the grace of God? You may not know what I'm talking about. I know there's so many things being taught today, or being taught. But let me tell you something today. I want you to know about something that I know about. I know I've been saved by the grace of God. I know God, know who He is. I can feel Him in my heart. I can tell you a time and a place that I got saved. I can tell you how bad I was before I got saved. And you may be sitting at the hotel or somewhere tonight, and you so accidentally turn the YouTube on or got on Facebook, and you think it's accident. But let me tell you something. My God got a purpose for all things. If you don't believe me, you turn over to the we see in the first chapter. It said that God got a time of purpose for all things. And I want you to know that. I also want you to know today, if you at there, that in Job, the 14th chapter, it said, man that bore Rome, but a true day and full of trouble. And I also want you to know that you go on down through that. It said that man got a time, a part of time, and honey, you got a band that you cannot pass. Honey, God knows when you're going to be born. God knows when you're going to die. Honey, there's a face between the time you're born and a face between the time you do die. And I want you to understand what you do between that time make all the difference in the world. And I ain't talking about living good. And I ain't talking about being baptized. But I talk about being born into the family of God. You know, I want you to know today, and I don't know how to do this, what God put on my heart. But I want you to know, and you may have heard the preacher, you may have heard them know all about the Bible. But I want you to know, if you don't know, if you ain't 100% sure that you've been saved by the grace of God. If you don't know God and so hope so, you ain't got nothing. That's right. I hope and pray today that you'll think about this. This has been a sad time for me for the last 4, 5, 7, 8 days. I had lost 2 good friends. And honey, I tell you now, one told me he already in the hospital bed. And he told me to tell everybody that he was going home. He was talking about going home to be with God. The other one, he go home to be with God. How do I know that? Because both of them had a time of a person that they got saved. Both of them had testimony. They had something that they know about. Do you have that today? Do you have something that you know about? You may say, or preacher, JC, I don't care what you call me. Honey, let me tell you something. You may say, well, how do you know this? I know this because I can feel it in my heart. If you ain't got something you can feel today, you ain't got nothing. And you may be going somewhere that they try to teach you the Bible, but they teach you the whole thing. You may never been to the house of God. I don't know who works in this. It don't make no difference. I know one thing. I come down here and cry to serve God. Cry to give God all the honor and glory. I do not preach for money. I never ask nobody for a donation. I do not preach to go to heaven because I got that fit up the wrong time before God called me to preach. But I do believe God called preacher. I believe that God He called you, He got a job for you. And you say, well, I can't do that. Same thing I said. But God knows all things. You know, I sit back thinking about it this evening. God knows everything about me. He knows what I'm going to be doing tonight before I ain't thought about what I'm going to be doing tonight. Honey, He knows everything about you, and He knows who you are. And let me tell you, so I want to get to the part here over in John 3:16. It said, for God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believe on Him shall not perish but have everlasting life. Honey, I want you to understand today that Jesus hung on the cross and He died there that you could be saved. And honey, you ain't got to go to some other man to find this out. How do you know that you've been saved? You go to God. Honey, you pray to God, you talk to God, and honey, He'll talk back to you. The Bible says you drawing nigh unto God, He draw nigh unto you. Over in Matthew, the 7th chapter, the 7th verse, it says, ask and you shall be given, seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be opened unto you. I thought today, and this evening I thought, I walked two good friends this week, and honey, they are good friends, but they go home to be with God. Amen. And I thought, you know, it don't never be nobody that can replace them. And they won't be. And I thought they always be empty place for that, for them, in my heart. But I know that I see them again because they said that they've been saved by the grace of God. I know that I got saved by the grace of God. And I can tell you a time, a place that God saved me. Honey, 46 years ago, today, about this time, I up there on the highway in a car all by myself. But I know that there is something missing. And I saw it calling upon God. And honey, I call upon Him and call upon Him and done everything I know to do. And then I got to the point that I turned everything over to God. And I said, God, whatever it takes, I ought to be saved. And honey, at that time, me and God come in contact. Honey, He put a peace in my heart that I can't even begin to tell you about. Honey, He gave me something that I can't even tell you. I'll tell you one thing, it's the best gift that I ever been given. Honey, over there, we figure the age into Ephesians, the 6th chapter, in the 8th verse. It says, saved by grace, through faith, and that not was said, it the gift of God. Let me tell you something. He gave me that gift that night. Amen. Have you got the same gift? And I talked to some people that I probably ain't never met before. And I believe that today some people that I'm going to come in contact with, and I believe that this way that God works, that He know who going to come in contact. He know when we're going to come in contact. And He made it that way that maybe I can say something to be a hurt to you. Or maybe you can do something to be a hurt unto me. Let me tell you something I want you to understand today. If you see me on YouTube or Facebook or meet me at somewhere, I am a sinner saved by the grace of God. Not because of nothing I done, but because of what God done for me. And I'll ask you that question. Can you say that you know that you've been saved by the grace of God? Yeah. You may say, I believe in a supreme being. Yeah, I believe in a supreme being. Or you may say, yes, I believe in God. Or you may say, yes, I believe in Jesus. Ain't that good? But do you believe in God and believe in Jesus in your heart? Do you know God? Let me tell you something. I didn't meet God and I baptized. I didn't meet God because some man told me repeat the prayer. I didn't meet God because I ain't to the house of God. I met God and I called up on Him and He answered me. Have you ever called up on God and He answered you? If you ain't and you don't know, I want you to know that you can know. That you'll know when that God talked to you. You'll know when God put peace in your heart. If you should have been baptized, or you so living good, and ain't nothing wrong with living good. We need to live the best we can. We need to help the poor. We need to see that the poor have food. We need to do the thing that God put up on our heart to hurt people. But we also need to believe in God from the heart, not from the head. I hope and pray today, ever who I'm talking to. And you may say, I ain't never heard enough of this. If you ain't never heard enough of this, you need to hear this. You need to hear that you had to be saved by the grace of God. You need to hear that Jesus hung on the cross. He paid the sin debt for whosoever, for everybody. And you had to know that you had to call upon God for salvation. You can't depend upon some other man for salvation. Will you depend upon some other man to take care of you and watch over you? No. You know what right and you know what wrong. Let me tell you something. If you don't know God and know that you know Him, you may be in the same place I've been. You may have met the same place. We may have a call upon God from our head the same place. But if you ain't never called upon God from the deep of your heart today, you need to bow down and talk to God. And ask God to show you what you need. Ask God to help you to find Him. And ain't nothing wrong with a man calling up on God. Any time of the day or any time of night. Right. You know, we think that you got to be in the house of God to find God. No. I find God up on the highway. Let me tell you something today. You can find God any place you sleep at Him. Right. If you'll make your altar and call up on Him. Let me tell you, I want you to know today. Ain't something happened to me today I just don't understand. It seemed that today that I don't know how things operate. I know one thing, that everything that operates that God is in. God knows all things. He knows who you are. He knows all about you. He knows if you've been saved or not, and you know you've been saved or not. You may think you were even good enough. If you depend on how good you were to get to heaven, you won't never get there. If you depend upon some other man praying for you to get to heaven, you won't never get there. If you want to get to heaven, you will have to believe that Jesus, the only begotten Son of God, you have to call upon God, you have to bow with set down, you have to humble with set down, and you have to go to Him in a broken heart and turn it all over to God to be saved. Hey, let me tell you something. Hey, I had the opportunity to preach to people, some rich people, some poor people, but it don't make no difference. I want you to understand today that God is nowhere for a person. It don't make no difference who you are. It don't make no difference how much more you got. It don't make no difference if you ain't got a penny to your name. My God gave the only begotten Son to pay the sin debt for you, same as He did all of it. Honey, there ain't but one part in salvation. You either humble yourself down and call upon God and repent and ask God to save your soul, or you die and go to a devil hole. It don't make no difference how much more you donate. It don't make no difference how many people you hurt. It don't make no difference how often you go and sit in the amen column. It don't make no difference if you do the best you can. If you don't repent and call upon God and believe that Jesus is the only begotten Son of God, you will die and go to a devil heart. Hey, let me tell you something. I know I rub all of you. How come? Because I got rub in my heart. Because God put that rub in my heart. And hey, I want you to understand today. I thought today been one of the saddest days I ever saw. But hey, I believe that today going to be one of the best days that God ever gave me. Hey, because it's another day that God gave me. He gave me the opportunity to stand up there before you. You may make fun of me. You may not believe a thing I said. But let me tell you something I want you to know today. Hey, it ain't about how good you are. It's about how you repent and call upon God. Do you believe that Jesus is the only begotten Son of God? Do you know that you've been saved by the grace of God? Honey, my point is I could sit here and I could read this whole Bible to you. If God ain't gonna do you a bit of good. Honey, let me tell you something. And I don't know the whole lot of the Bible. And I don't claim to know a whole lot. But I do know this. I know God. Do you know God? Do you know that you know God? How does it stand between you and God? Can you say yes? If I die today, I'm going home to be at God. Not hope I am. Not hope that because some preacher told me I'm okay. Not hope because I repeat a part that somebody told me to. Not hope because I've been baptized. But I know because I can feel God in my heart. That is the question I'll ask you today. Do you know that you can feel God in your heart? Do you know that everything okay between you and God? What kind of God will He be if you couldn't know? Honey, let me tell you, I told you a few minutes ago, God knows we're a person. Honey, He don't rub me no more He rub you. He didn't make a prayer of salvation for me and make another prayer for you. He made one prayer of salvation. We had to come unto Him the way that He said come. How did God say come? He said, call upon me. It said, ever who that call upon me and breathe upon me shall be saved. He wasn't talking about from the head. He talking about from the heart. Honey, let me tell you something. I want you to understand this. Honey, I don't know who you are today, but I want you to know. Honey, you may be good friends. You may have done some of the same thing. But if you don't know God, Honey, you ain't been the same place I have. I have been down to the foot of God and asked Him to save my soul. Pray and ask Him to forgive me. And honey, I need that every day. But you should get saved one time. Amen. One time is good enough. Honey, you may have to go back and ask God to forgive you. But if you've been saved by the grace of God, you know that you got that peace that God put in your heart. Honey, my God, you know I keep saying this. My God knows we're for a person. Honey, and our God, everybody meet on the orbit. Honey, ain't no big eye with you. Honey, it don't make no difference who you are. You may be a king. You may be something big. You may be a great person. But in the eye of God, you're the same as everybody else. Honey, you may be a bum sitting on a corner somewhere, and so that didn't get to her this. But in the eye of God, He loved you the same as He did the king. Honey, let me tell you something. Jesus hung on the cross. He hung there for everybody. Everybody. Not some fruit. Honey, it don't be but fruit that I call upon. Honey, I had 2 feasts hanging there beside Jesus. One I call upon, the other make fun. One I say, remember me. The other say, if you be Christ, why don't you take us down for Him? What He said ought to be set free. What did I say? Remember me. What did Jesus say? You will be in paradise with me today. Honey, that because He believed that Jesus. He didn't ask for Jesus to give Him up some more. He didn't ask Jesus to take Him off the cross. He asked Jesus to remember Him. Honey, you don't need to ask God for a bunch of more. You don't need to ask God to give you all the finance you need. You don't need to ask God to give you this and that. You need to ask God for salvation. Amen. That's the most important thing. Amen. Honey, if you gain this whole world and you die, you go to the devil world. Honey, if you meet God condition and you be saved by the grace of God, you're born to the King. Honey, you have everything that you ever thought about, you die. You have everything that you need. You have peace at God. You go home to be at God. You live with God forever. You don't have no more pain, no more suffering. And honey, we're going to have to suffer on this side. Honey, we're going to have to suffer. I believe that man had to suffer because we sin. Honey, I will have to suffer for a long time. But honey, I die. My suffering going to be over. I'm going to be home with God. Do you know that you're going home with God? Do you know that? Honey, don't. I ain't trying to put you down. I ain't trying to put Will Short down. I ain't trying to put the preacher down that you may worship to. But if he don't preach, repent, and call up on God for salvation, you boy be going someplace else. You boy be hunting for God. Don't hunt for something to make you feel good. Hey, let me tell you, God gonna make you feel good on the inside, but He ain't gonna make you feel good about everything you do. Honey, let me tell you something. Everything I do, I don't feel good about it because I sin. Honey, man sin day by day. I want you to understand that. I want you to know that all the good things that I do won't never meant to hear me. But the good thing that Jesus done for me, and He saved my soul, and I repent and met His condition, He put peace in my heart. You can have that peace today. You may be a good person. Honey, I know you can't take a bad man and make a good person. The Bible says who can take cream and clean it up? Nobody. But let me tell you what God can do. If you repent unto God, He will clean that inside up. Honey, He will forgive Every sin that you ever commit, every sin you're going to commit, honey, he will forgive you that. He will save us soul. And I believe that a whole lot of people don't even know what we're talking about. And we're talking about being saved by the grace of God. Honey, we're talking about you got peace at God. Not in you profess before man. Honey, you got to know that you've been saved by the grace of God first. Honey, you can't claim to be something if you ain't nothing. If you ain't got peace of God, you ain't nothing. Honey, that may be hard, and you may not want to take that. But honey, I won't do nothing to deceive nobody. I won't do nothing to cross you, to do anything wrong. I believe that before man do anything, we need to pray and talk to God. You need to pray and talk to God about what condition. Don't worry about somebody else, but worry about what condition. And then if you know, and you know that everything okay between you and God, then you can pray for everybody else. But first of all, you need to get everything fixed between you and God. You may be a good person. You may do good work. You may have been the same person I've been. You may be the same person, but have you been to the foot of Jesus? Honey, I have been to the foot of Jesus. I know I am saved by the grace of God. Not because of nothing I've done, but what God done for me. Honey, you can have that same thing today if you pray to God and pray to God until you know you can fear Him in your heart. Honey, salvation is a heart thing. Honey, there's so many people today that trying to do good, but you can't do good about being saved first. Amen. You may give over your money to the poor. You may harp everybody you see. But if you ain't got peace of God, you ain't got nothing. Amen. My name, once again, I'll tell you who I am. I'm J.C. Cox. I ain't nothing but a son that been saved by the grace of God. Amen. I've been called to preach by God. That no man called me. I ain't got to be an education. I didn't have to go to school. I'll tell you about a time of place that God saved my soul. 46 years ago today. You add the slip, 19, and 7 for you. Honey, I also can take you to the place and show you the place that God called me to preach. Because God talked to His people. If God don't never talk to you, if you don't never heard that word voice, you don't belong to Him. That'll be my message tonight. May God bless each and every one. I know some of you don't take this, you don't heed to this, but honey, I shall tell you what God put in my heart. The only duty that I got is to serve God and to take care of my family and to help everybody I can. God called me to preach, and I try my best to tell you the truth of that. Who heard my report? That between you and God. I said done my part. I can't make you listen to me. I cannot make you repent. But God will. If you ask Him to, He'll help you repent and meet His condition. And then you know you've been saved. That'll be my message. Thank you for listening. May God bless each and every one.